First at 5, the rising cost of staying in business is taking its toll, with the Longtime Music School having to leave the place it has called home for 13 years. As Eddie Dowd reports, part of the reason stems from the COVID pandemic that began 5 years ago.
By the way she plays, you might think 8-year-old Novi Hilton has been studying piano all her life. But actually, it's just 4 years at Carolyn Stanton's music school at Manoa Marketplace.
You want the teacher and the school who really cares about the children, who don't do it as a job. You can see the passion and everything Carolyn does.
But this week they got some upsetting news. On Friday, Carolyn says she found out she would have to pack up and be out by the end of the month.
I've been crying a lot for the last month. I feel like I'm taking it personally.
Carolyn says it started last year when landowner Alexander and Baldwin told her she would have to pay $80,000 for missing rent during the COVID-19 pandemic. Carolyn says she was willing to work out a long-term deal to pay it off, but says the landlord immediately got their lawyers involved and would not communicate with her on how she could make up the money.
We have no problem with paying back that money. It's just that we didn't know how we were going to pay it back. They never really kind of offered any plan or anything like that.
Carolyn says when her 6-year lease was nearly at its end, they told her her rent would be doubled to $24,000 a month if she wanted to stay. She says she even got a lawyer to try and reach an agreement.
We asked them to try to reduce everything or help us, negotiate. And he wasn't successful.
Tina Yamaki with the Retail Merchants of Hawaii says substantial increases when long-term leases end are not unheard of.
If you owed COVID back pay money, then that could be a factor into it too. They don't want it like a one-time balloon payment, but maybe going forward, you put that into the rent too. The cost of utilities and water and electricity, that all goes up too.
But Carolyn feels her music has a huge economic impact at the marketplace, bringing in around 400 families a week to the area.
What do they do while they're waiting? They go shopping. They all go out to eat at the restaurants here.
While Carolyn tries to figure out just how she will move all her pianos and equipment from her beloved music school, she says she's most worried about her students and plans to do what teaching she can from her own home. Eddie Dowd, Hawaii News Now.